Welcome to Nine's Table. I'd like to thank anybody who took the time to like, subscribe, or leave a comment. I really appreciate the encouragement. So, I'm still getting over the cold, so I apologize if I sound muffled at all. And I decided that I'm going to do what's hot and happening in the news, and that is Bernie Sanders. He is the senator from Vermont, and he has gained a lot of momentum and a lot of support. And it seems like all the news people across the board are so shocked with that, as if, it's shocking that people would want to have a decent minimum wage. It's shocking that people would want Medicare for all, or, non-expensive college, or a Green Deal, because we're not going to get into the environment. That would be a whole other reading. But he's 78, and he has recently had some heart issues in which he had two blockages. But, it's sort of like if you have a cold and you can't breathe out of one side of your nose. Once you can breathe through your nose again, you feel a million times better. So imagine Bernie Sanders. He had two blockages in his heart. And even with those two blockages, he was passionate and he was strong. So after he had those two blockages cleared, can you imagine how great he felt, how healthy he feels? The only thing that, he fights that. He kind of fights against people and says, oh, well, you don't have to worry about my health. So then he's just giving them fodder to say, hey, there's something wrong with his health. So let's look into Bernie Sanders. I'm going to do a Celtic cross and see what's happening. Now, appreciate that the election is 9 months away. So this is a no matter. I'm not predicting what's going to happen 9 months down the road. I'm just giving you the vibration of what is happening now. And if everything stays the same, this would be the probable outcome. But we're living in Donald Trump world, so nothing stays the same minute from minute. So let's just look and see how Bernie Sanders is right now. So at the base of the reading, we have, I'm dropping my cards, sorry. At the base of the reading, we have the Knight of Swords. So this is the time to strike. Everything is going his way. Whatever he wants to manifest, he can manifest. And this is certainly moving forward with your head, using your mind and your head rather than your heart. So I'd say Bernie Sanders is saying to himself, full force ahead. And he may be putting his health on the back burner. Just saying. So, covering him, we have the Eight of Swords. This is being trapped in a situation. So, I don't know if he feels trapped in fighting for the presidency, and that is having an ill effect on his health. Or maybe he's not seeing the whole situation clearly. Certainly this would indicate to me that it's really important for him to choose a good VP. He needs to choose a vice president that people will get behind the same as they're getting behind Bernie, and know that if anything were to happen to Bernie, that they believe that this person could be the president. That's going to be really important. Underneath it all, we have the Magician. So right now, Bernie has the ability to manifest whatever it is that he wants. He is championing for all these causes for his whole life, and he is now seeing that he's in the position and he's building momentum and support to actually do this. Now, even if he became president, I don't know how easily he'd get anything passed, but right now, he can manifest it. On top of him, we have the Hangman. So the Hangman says we have two situations here. One, you have to step back, look at everything, and don't be too controlling, and be able to look at the situation maybe in a different way, just to ensure that you're seeing everything clearly. And it also is a reflection of the change of priorities. So I think he is prioritizing what he wants to accomplish over himself, his health. We have the Queen of Wands. This is some of his strength that may be leaving him. I think, being 78, being on the road, being, 24/7 being watched, it's a lot of pressure. And I think his momentum is going to be lifted by those who support him, but his ability to be so forward is waning. In the future, we have Four of Pentacles. So he wants to hold on to his current momentum. He wants to hold on to his ideals and move forward with them. He doesn't want to compromise in any way, shape, or form. And he feels that if he sticks to this, that he'll keep his momentum and see himself through to the finish line. He has to be careful not to get too controlling, because sometimes if you hold too tightly onto something, you actually just make it fall. And so this would be something he would have to watch out for. Underneath it all, we have the Nine of Swords. So Bernie is worried. I think he is playing over all the scenarios that could possibly happen over in his mind. I'd say he's feeling very overwhelmed and questioning every choice that he makes. And I think there's a lot of pressure on him. Around him, people see him as the Knight of Wands, because they see him as the warrior. And people who like him or don't like him, they see him as somebody who, puts action behind what he says he's going to do, but can be quite annoying while he does that. They see Bernie Sanders and they see somebody who is a bit of a know-it-all, but because he can put the action behind the words, he oftentimes is right, which can be very annoying. But that's how people see him. His hopes and his worries is the Seven of Pentacles. With the Seven of Pentacles, I think he's worried that all of his hard work, everything that he has done to this point, all the support momentum, somehow will stop. It got stopped in 2016, and I think he's really worried that that is going to happen. That's in his fears. The outcome is the Chariot. He has so much determination. He has so much willpower to see this through. With this card as his outcome card. Now appreciate, this is the vibe that's happening now. This is not what's going to be 9 months from now, but it could be. If he can balance his controlling ways, if he can continue to put in the hard work, if he can continue to keep his message out there and build his base up, he could definitely he could definitely get the public behind him. And this, to me, if this was a month before before the election, I would say you could possibly be looking at the next president of the United States. So right now, Bernie's in a good vibration, and appreciate that the world is in the vibration of two. Is 2022 plus two is four, and four is the vibration of stability. I always think of four as like a chair, and you have the four legs, so it's a sturdy chair. Whereas in the year of three, in 2019, we had a stool that had three legs, and it wasn't as sturdy. So the 4 year is the year of foundations. This is your platform that you're going to have for the next several years. So on a personal note, this is a really good time for 2020 is the best time to build a house, buy the house, get the apartment, get married, make investments. This is the foundational year because next year is 2021, and we're going to be going into a year of five where everything and anything that can happen will and can and does. And it's a year of crazy. So if you think 2020 is interesting, you wait till 2021. So thank you very much for your time, and I hope you enjoyed the reading.